Hey, shuckalugga kapow, how's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school, Russell JS, and I am your host, Russell JS. I got another battle royale. This is actually going to be a crud fest. I'll call this crud versus crud. Why am I saying this? Is because I'm about to review two not so great albums from two very great bands. And what am I talking about? How about Van Failure 3 versus Def Leppard self-titled from, I think, 2015. I don't know. I stopped following Def Leppard's catalog after 1992. They haven't been this, in my opinion, they haven't been the same since Steve Clark passed. But these albums, I want to go ahead and I wanted to check out, what Def Leppard's newer music is like, because I was just a little bit curious, and it's just because since 1992, it seems to me they've gone that Bon Jovi route where they're kind of doing adult contemporary, but you might say, oh, but the Sammy Hagar era of Van Halen was adult contemporary. Well, I don't know. I'm on the fringe of that. But here's the thing. We might have a tie here. I will admit, there are at least a couple songs off both these albums I like, and the rest is just schlock. And we might have a tie. And here's the thing, I don't even want to have a tiebreaker, but this is what I'm going to do for you, the viewers, okay? I want you to put in the comments down below. Don't be negative, but I want you to vote. Which one do you think should win this, crud fest battle royale? Van Failure 3, or should I say Dud Leppard, self-titled 2015 or 19, whatever it was, doesn't matter. What difference does it make? And remember, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit a like, subscribe, leave comments in that box down below, not negative. Ring that bell for notifications. And, tell your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your niece, your nephew, your grandson, your granddaughter, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your coworkers, your classmates, your roommates, your supervisors, your professors, your landlord, your cousins, your pets, anybody who's anybody that wants to kick it old school. Tell them about this channel. And help me bring it up, because I'm up to 200 subscribers now. Thank you all very much. So without further ado, let's get these not so bad Oscars ranked, shall we? Okay, in the case of Van Failure 3 versus Dead Leppard. New World versus Let's Go. I'm going with New World. Without You versus Dangerous. You know what? Dangerous is, New World is one of the very few tracks I like on Van Failure 3. And so is Without You. And I do like this track, Dangerous. So I'm going to give them both a point. One I Want versus... I went ahead and before we continue on, I just want to go ahead and give you a heads up that I cut out the two, in my opinion, worst tracks on the album. If you've ever heard this, Man Enough and Sea of Love. I cut those two tracks out because I thought they were the worst in my opinion, and I want to go ahead and, kind of make it fair. So therefore, One I Want versus We Belong. I actually went with We Belong. From Afar versus Invincible. You know what? Invincible is taking the point there. Dirty Water Dog versus Energized. Yeah, Energized sounded too... this album so far it really sounds almost like a clone of Hysteria. And, I didn't like hardly any of the tracks on here, so Dirty Water Dog and Energized, no points. Let's see. Once versus all-time high, no points won there. Fire in the Hole versus Battle of My Own. I'm going with Fire in the Hole. Josephina versus Broken Hearted. Nobody got a point there. Year to the Day versus Forever Young. No points. Ballot or the Bullet versus Last Dance. No points, no, Ballad or the Bullet versus Wings of an Angel. They both got a point right there. And then the last tracks, How May I Say versus Blind Faith. No points there. And you know what? Each album got 4 points for their scores, and it is a tie. And again, I am not going to flip a coin. I want you, the audience, I want you, the viewers, to do the vote when you see this video. I want you, oh, and by the way, a video that I don't think I uploaded from a few months back is uploading right now as we speak. It's Battle of Sequels, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey versus Wayne's World 2. Check that video out. I thought that I uploaded it, but I guess I didn't. But go ahead and check that out and enjoy that. But right now in this video, as you're watching this, I want you to vote. Who do you think should win this Crudfest Battle Royale? Should it be Van Failure 3 or Dud Leppard, self-titled? Now, like I said, please don't get negative. Just cast your vote and tell me whether or not you like either of these albums. And, I had been busy. I had rearranged my bedroom to my liking. I had to go ahead. I had to get rid of my bed. I had to get rid of my mattress and box spring because, I'm getting this pain in my back, and I put a twin air mattress in there and bought sheets for it. And you know what? Just sleeping on an air mattress actually feels better than sleeping on a regular bed right now. I mean, to buy a bed nowadays, it's just like, it's costly. It's expensive. I mean, just like anything else, But yeah, I actually went swimming in the river over at the local yacht club. They have a little small beach on the river on the Caloosahatchee in Cape Coral, Florida. I went swimming Saturday, and I thought I could loosen up the muscle. Unfortunately, it just inflamed even more. If there's anything I compare it to, it's like when you were a kid. Remember how you were dealing with a bully in school? They always say, oh, talk to the teacher, talk to the principal to stop the bullying. What happens is when you do that, the bully gets in trouble and gets really mad and, gets angered even more to where they pick on you even more. And, that's what I compared it to. So basically, the pain in my back is my bully, and the water was the principal. So I told on my pain, and the pain got worse. But I've been sleeping on this air mattress, and, I put it on the floor, and it just feels real good. It's like a waterbed. If you remember sleeping, who remembers having a waterbed back in the day? Sleeping on one of those, that's what it almost feels like. But at any rate, that's all the time I have for this video. Remember, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill, keep kicking it old school. Listen to old school music. Not really this. If you like it, hey, that's cool, to each their own. It's your opinion and your choice to like it. But, keep listening to old school music, watch old school movies, watch old school TV shows, play old school video games. And, get you enough of love, get you enough of peace, get you enough of tranquility, get you enough of less drama, less chaos, no chaos. Get you enough of anything and everything that makes you happy. And at this moment, this is your old pal, Russell JS, wanting to tell you, before I part, remember, vote on this. Tell me which one do you think should be the winner of this album Battle Royale. And as always, Godspeed, may the force be with you always, and shuckalugga kapow!